G'day guys, out again today. I've just brought out 4 ferrets, a couple of dogs. Just come down here to do a couple of quick burrows. Now I'm going to shoot down the river and do a bit of fishing. Hope yous are all doing good. Done these burrows a few times, haven't done them for a little while, and I got here and thought, oh well, I'll purse up a couple of smaller burrows and then shoot down to the river. And I've just realised that I've left the bloody purse nets at home. So anyway, I did have the long nets in the car, so I'll throw some long nets around these. And I just want to work my young ferrets and give them a little bit of work. So what I might do is I'll cover this area, leave this open. If they come out here, the dogs will pick them up. But there is a big burrow in here, and it's got tons of rabbits in it, this burrow. Very difficult to do. I'll give you a quick look at it, because it comes out underneath here, goes underneath this slab over here, underneath the shed there, and it stretches all the way around here. I'll give you a bit of a look how many holes are in it, and there's always been a lot of rabbits in here, and also under that house there, under the house as well, there's a lot of rabbits. See all this fresh digging. Geez, it stinks of rabbits here. But there is a lot of rabbits in this burrow, and always has been. The trouble with it is, when you're on your own, you put the ferrets in here and they can come out underneath here on the other side of the shed, and it's very easy to lose them. So I always avoid this burrow. It's such a big burrow too. It's huge. I'll show you what I mean. Like, it comes out, goes all the way through here, goes underneath this slab, so that then it comes out there, comes out there, comes out on the other side. And there's also one under the house over there as well, which has always got quite a few in it. Again, you need, like, because it comes out on different sides of the house, you need a few people just to spot the ferrets when they come out. If you're on one side of the house and they come out in the other, and then they just wander off without you seeing them, because there's such a huge distance. Even with the trackers on, because they're so big, they can get away from the tracker pretty quick. So that's what I'm up to today, guys. Plenty of sign around, plenty of digging around here, all around here, as you can see. So there's lots of fresh digging, most of them from this burrow. But it doesn't matter where you look here, there's always a few rabbits in this particular area. You can always guarantee you can come down and pick up 1 or 2 without too much trouble in pretty quick time. There's a burrow here that I've never done. And there's another one over there that I've never ever done. Yeah, there's not too much sign around this one. But I've always looked at this hill burrow. I've never done it, but I've done the one on the outside of it, that one over there, and that one. I've never actually done this little hump, only because when we drive around in the morning, I've never seen anything run in it. Never seems to be active, not sure why, but only in the breeding season they seem to come in here. Yeah, so there's no footprints. Like, if there was rabbits in it, you'd definitely see footprints. But all I'm seeing is the dog prints. Little bits of digging around it, but it's funny with some burrows like that. Like, the only time I ever see them in that burrow is when they're in spring. A lot of fresh digging here. In springtime, when the females sort of move out and occupy a lot of these outside the main warren burrows. Alright guys, I'll get back to you. I've just put a long net, left that open part open. They go out this way, hopefully the dogs will pick them up. And I've just put a long net around here. And now, with this one, because it's so big, what I might do is Gee, it's a hard one, this one. Because it's so big, it goes from here right over to there, over to there. And I didn't bring the purse nets. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I'll do what I can do. What I could do is yeah, I might, I'll do this burrow first, then I'll run this out and around, and then run the other net right around. So I'll do one burrow at a time. Yeah, that's going to be the go. Get back to the go. Actually, I might just pull them out now and drop the ferrets in. I brought out my two new young ones, and I brought out Stumpy and Grace. So all black-eyed whites today. That's what we're working. Go on, get up. Hop, hop. This is only a little burrow, but usually I do okay out of it. There's normally, I'll throw down a few purse nets and I'll get one or two rabbits out of this burrow. It's only small. This is the two new young ones that I bred. There's Chub, he's a little bit shorter and fatter, and Chase. Only small, but I'll put them both in. Please, come. Watch him. Maybe nothing in here. No. Maybe nothing. Move, Fleet. Good boy. Chub. She's about 6 months old now. And there's her sister right behind it. What I might do is just run a more experienced ferret through just in case. The young ones can miss them sometimes when you're not that experienced. Stumpy doesn't miss too many though. Good girl. That's a good girl. Good girl. I don't think there's much in there. Okay guys, I did what I could with the long net that I had in the car. Bit of a disappointment that I left the purse nets behind, but what can you do? Alright, I'll grab the ferrets now from up there, throw them through here, see how we go. Hopefully we'll get one or two anyway. If not, it's not the end of the world. I can always shoot down to the river and do a bit of fishing. There is a few burrows around here I can do though. But I did want to do some fishing today, such a glorious day. And the river's coming up, and normally when it's doing that, fish tend to come on the bite, so I thought it's a perfect opportunity to get out and do a little bit of ferreting and then shoot down to the river. What's going on here? Here we go. Sticks. That's what's wrong. Starts there, goes all the way around down to past that big tree straight across there and then down. Because normally they'll head this way or they'll try and make it to that burrow. If they head out in the open, which I hope they do, give young Fleet a run. I've left Cass at home today. Fresh digging there, so that's a good sign. Same again, I'll put in Chase and Chub, two sisters, two pink-eyed sisters. Oh, that's good, she's going a different way. That was a tight squeeze for her. Shot off that way. Good dogs. Into me, Fleet. Good boy. Here. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy, Fleet. Good girl, Zip. Good dog. Good dog. So the young one's bolting. Move, Fleet. Looks like Chub. Hard to tell them two apart. No, it's Chase. Actually, it's Chub. A little bit snappy coming out. She's been chasing it. probably all in here. It's only a little burrow, this one. I will drop them in there. Going back for another look. Maybe. And that's all I really wanted to do, come down, get a couple of quick rabbits. One for the dogs, one for the ferrets. Have a bit of a chew on. No, see, they're working good, these two. Work the burrow and then come out. It's good. Stinks of rabbits, eh? That'll be it. Hey chub, hey little chub, and chase. Move them over now into a bigger one. Well, they worked that one pretty well. As you can see, these young ones, they're going good. They're still, you know, inexperienced, but they're getting there. Might put them in the same one actually. Just over there, sitting just outside the burrow, straight over there. He's just sitting in the burrow. There he is. Okay. Zip seen him. Oh, back down. Right there he was. Bang. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Oh, okay. Okay. Mine. 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 Go, 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 go. Oh yeah, she's caught it. Beautiful. Two. Good boy, Plate. He's trying to bring it to me. Oh well, that was pretty good. See this little burrow here compared to that one, how many are in here? Imagine how many are in that big burrow there. Good to get 3 or 4 people and a dozen ferrets, mate. Ferret after a couple of hours. We always get some out of here too. Not always, but a lot of the times. Get him, get him. Good girl, Zip. Get him, Zip. Get him, Zip. Good girl, Zip. Good girl, Zip. Good boy, Fleet. Trying to bring it to me. Good boy, Fleet. Good boy. Good boy. She's such a good ferret. You know why ferrets work good? I mean, they wouldn't be with me if they didn't. It's that simple. I can't afford to have ferrets that won't do their job. Geez, they're nice big rabbits too. That's 4 so far. There's so many rabbits here, you can actually smell the rabbits in the air. Like walking up to, you know, like ferrets, it's just a stench of rabbit in the air. There's so many in that burrow though, and I know there is. I've come in and seen, I don't know how many sitting on there. There goes Stumpy. The ferrets are going good, they're doing their job. Yep. I've even just lost one together. I might move into another part of the burrow. This chub's such a good ferret, it's working real good. I might actually work this little bit of a burrow here. This one does, because I've seen rabbits come out of it a few times. That's the beauty of a dog. Like that other rabbit was going to drop in that burrow, but because it felt threatened by the dogs and didn't think it was going to make it, it kept going. And you see that happen time after time with dogs. It's such a good tool. I do get complaints on my YouTube, which is a bit disappointing from time to time, about people saying, oh, you know, it's cruel and this and that, and I understand. Look, I get you. You know, like we try and be as humane as we possibly can, but the alternative methods to killing rabbits is a lot more barbaric than what we're doing, I can assure you. When they get usually calicivirus, which is basically Ebola for rabbits, they internally bleed for 72 hours, rendering the rabbit useless, which you can't use. And on top of that, if they've got young ones in the burrow, because the mother's now being killed, those young ones will starve to death. The other method they use is poison, which affects other wildlife other than rabbits. The birds eat them and they die and all that sort of thing. They use myxomatosis, which renders them blind, fills them with scabs. They stagger around for 2 weeks and then die. Again, these methods, if there's young ones in the burrow, those young ones have to stay there waiting for their mother and starve to death, a horrible death. As opposed to ferreting, where you put the ferrets in, if there's any young in the burrow, the ferrets will dispatch of them very quickly, kill them, and then chase the mother out. So you see, it's out of all the methods that they currently use for pest control, this is by far the most humane. As for a necessity for it, well, have a look at this, right? This is a guy's paddock. He grows lucerne. He's got a paddock here that's full of rabbits, and each rabbit will eat 500 grams or half a kilo of grass a day. Now this bloke's growing lucerne. He had over, I don't know, at least a couple of thousand on him when I first got here. And it's not just that, he's also got horses and cows, and it's the impact that they have on the environment. Now, if you ever look at these holes here, he's got horses and cows. When these cows get spooked or chased by lightning storms, foxes chasing the lambs when they're young, they trip over and break their legs in these holes, and the cows sink into them when they're running and snap their legs. Granted, it doesn't happen all that often, but it happens enough to cost the farmer. Like a full-grown cow, it's a bit of money. It's not chicken food. Now, all of the farms that I do, like this guy, they ring me because they know what I do, and they beg me to come out and help them with their property. If I walk across this paddock out here and show you the damage, the environmental damage that the rabbits have done just to that paddock, let alone that house over there that I showed you, where they're digging under the foundations and the foundations are sinking. Now, if that was your place, you wouldn't be putting negative comments on my YouTube page. So listen, guys, do a little bit of research. I mean, you've got to understand that these are a feral animal, and when uncontrolled, they cause major damage. And eventually, so much so, if you left them unchecked, the supermarket prices for all your food and everything else, it's an ongoing flow-on effect. So think a little bit before you negatively comment. This is the most humane. Yes, I do get enjoyment out of it, but it's for different reasons to what you probably think. I meet a lot of really good people. I'm helping the farmers out. I enjoy getting out with my dogs, watching them run, the sunshine, the birds, the nature, all that sort of thing. It's not just for the killing of the animal, like people would suggest. So have a little bit of a think, guys. I understand, I get you, I hear you. But you have to consider all of the details, not just the animal that you think is suffering. Just remember, this is the most humane way to do it, regardless of what you think, and it's very effective, as you can see. The ferret and the rabbit are a natural predator. Good girl. Good girl. That's a good girl. Right, it's only might be it. One more to go. Just Stumpy goes down, I think. Oh no. Stumpy, there's Stumpy there. So it's just Chase to go. Just another thing, guys, when you're working young ferrets, occasionally you get one that stays down a fair bit. Especially when they're young, it's sort of a bit of a common trait with the ferrets that end up being part of your better brigade. That's what I've noticed over the years. The ones that sort of early on stay down more are usually the ones that are a little bit more determined. That's what I've found. And early on, when they're finding their way and gaining experience and that, it's the young ones that stay down the most that usually end up being my better ferrets later on, after they've got a bit of experience under their belt. Stumpy. Oh. Chub. So when you're working young ferrets, if they stay down a little bit more, best thing to do is put an experienced ferret down and bring them out. Sometimes they'll stay down a little bit longer than, but as that time goes on and they gain experience, that gets done away with. Sometimes you'll get a ferret that always does it, that's always last out. Willow's a bit like that, but she's very she usually does that when there's a rabbit in there and it won't bolt, and it just keeps running round and round and round in circles because she's determined. But when she was younger, she used to stay down a fair bit. And because the young ones, they don't know, like they're still working out, what's old scent and new scent. It's not instant knowledge that they're born with. It's not instinct. They work that out better as they go along, and after a while they learn that the difference between the two. Come on, Grace. Want to keep going? Yes, no, no. Okay, girl. Good girl, Grace. I mean, all of these ferrets, the ones that I've kept, they're normally the ones that stay down. Even the ones that don't, the ones that like Sally doesn't stay down. She's just 1,000 miles an hour at everything she does. But she's very effective. She's a complete savage. She's just not as methodical as some of the other ones. Right, I think it's only Stumpy left. Yep, only Stumpy left now. Stumpy comes up, pick him up, pick her up and go. So there you go, guys, 4 rabbits. Didn't take very long, maybe an hour. I'll gut them now, bag them up, put them in the esky, roll up the nets, go down to the river and enjoy a couple of hours fishing at the side of the river there. Hopefully I'll get onto something. Some old bottles here, an old medicine bottle from that. Really old, not worth anything though. You get these places where they're old homesteads, a bit of old fake crystal. And they have a lot of the old tips, and the rabbits sort of buried, like because the ground's been dug. See all the glass, the old pottery here. And the rabbits, it's easier for them to dig because it's been dug over before. Find that a lot where they get burrows on these old tips. Okay guys, I'm just going to wait for Stumpy to come up now. She won't be too far away. Then I'll roll the long nets up. Get back to it. Looking for me. Girl Stump. Alright, that's it. That's all the ferrets. Now I'll gut these rabbits, bag them up, put them in the esky, go do some fishing. Good girl Stump, hey? Hey, that good girl. That's a good girl. Such a good ferret. Oh, she's worked pretty good today. Good boy. Alright guys, I've just come back down to the river, finished ferreting now, got them all packed up, rabbits are all sorted in the esky. So I've just come down to a beautiful part of the country, down on this Murray River, got the rods in the water. The sun's just about going down, it's probably about an hour and a half before dark. And I like coming down here just to enjoy the birds, and they start to sing a lot this time of night. So that's it for another day guys. I'll probably sit here for just before dark and see if I can't catch a fish, and I'll probably be out here again sometime tomorrow, more than likely tomorrow afternoon. So whatever you're doing in life guys, just make sure you enjoy it. As I've said it 1,000 times, life just goes past way too fast. You take care now. Bye bye for now.